Hello. So this is my first time using OBS. I'm currently trying to figure out what's going on. I'm like experimenting with it. But I hit start streaming and it says I'm streaming Ruby Amity Arena because I guess it didn't know what to call it. So that's interesting. That must be like what the default thing is called. So I have to set all that up. I've never used OBS before, so this is a new experience. Give me one moment to try and get everything set up. Because I wasn't sure what was going to happen if I just hit start streaming, but apparently it defaults to Ruby stuff. So, yeah, I guess that was like what I had set up as a default. Oddly enough, I don't know why that's the case. Let me try and pull this up so I can also see what you guys are saying in the live chat. Because I imagine this is a weird situation for everybody. Yeah, this is crazy. Vanessa Brooks said hi. Yo, Vanessa Brooks, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on this stream? This video is not Ruby Amity Arena, by the way. That's just what it says. This is my first time using this particular software. And I just had a little oopsie, so I'm trying to fix that at the moment. But it's good to see Vanessa Brooks. There's actually something that I want to try out. So let me try something real quick. I think I can put the live chat in the video now, which is something that I haven't really been able to do before. And I apologize to anyone who's like new to the channel and this is like the first video that you're watching. This is gonna be really experimental. I'm just gonna start doing stuff that I have never really done before. So let me go to window capture. Yeah, I can straight up just Yaga the live chat now. So now the live chat should be appearing on you guys' screen to where you guys can also look at it. I wonder if that's too small or not. But that's interesting to say the least. That I can now see the live chat in the preview with the rest of the video. I'm curious if it's going to be obstructive. We'll get to that. We'll figure that out. Bio Vanessa Brooks, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Oh, I minimized a window, and when I minimized the window, it didn't show it anymore on the live stream. So I have to keep all windows that I use for the live stream up. That's kind of crazy. Okay, the more you learn, I guess. So, like I said before, I'm still getting everything set up. I apologize for how rough this video is going to be. This is like an unedited, I'm just going to do like a first time streaming thing. So this is going to be different. But yeah, Vanessa Brooks, what have you been up to? I know that you were playing Final Fantasy VII. I know you're a big fan of those anime boys, anime video game boys. I really do need to figure out how I set up stuff like this beforehand. I might be able to... Nah, I'm gonna leave all this in. And it can just be like an experiment thing. I should be done setting up soon. And again, I apologize for having to set up in the middle of the stream. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. I'm curious, like, what this sounds like to you guys. Like, I don't know what the audio quality is on this particular mic. Like, I don't know what it's like. Ooh. I'm editing the wrong thing. Godzilla said, hey, Nick. Yo, Godzilla, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Godzilla said, are we alive? I believe we are. Yo, how's it going? So I'm currently trying to get the stream set up. I'm using a new software that I haven't used before. It's called OBS. This is what my friend Aiden uses, and I just don't know what I'm doing. Uh, but when I hit start streaming, it was like, do you want it to be Ruby Amity Arena or whatever? And I don't know why it set it to that. It seems random. Godzilla said the audio seems like usual. That's good. I'm glad to hear that doesn't sound weird. What do you guys think of what you're seeing on screen? Like, you got the live chat, you guys have like the main video, you have the comic cover page and everything. Godzilla said, but now there's the live chat. Yeah, can you guys read the live chat? Godzilla said, I use OBS too. Oh, ballin'. I've never touched this before. How do you pre-name your streams, like before they pop up? I think that'd be good to know. Because I would love to get all the stuff like setting up the video details done before the stream starts. That's what I normally try to do. And then Godzilla said, yeah. He said, we have everything. Let's see. So let's see. I think I am almost done getting everything set up. But as you guys can tell, today's review is going to be really different because of the fact that we are using OBS. So I'm going to actually show you guys scenes from the comic as I'm describing it. I'm not doing a dramatic reading. I'm just giving like a summary of the book while flipping through it, if that makes sense. Let's see. Godzilla said we can do this for a yeah dungeon too. We sure can. A yeah dungeon too. I think that would definitely be fun. We could also potentially do it for like some collaborative writing stuff. And Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh streams are about to be litty as a titty. Never done them like this before. The world isn't ready. Let's see. I noticed that monetization is off. Godzilla said, all right. Let's see. So I have it set to on for monetization. Waiting for update. So hopefully next time I do one of these streams, I'll know how to actually preset it. I think that's what the live dashboard stuff is for that I never really mess with. Because I normally don't use like a streaming encoder. But yeah, Godzilla said, oh, loved it. Hey, I'm glad you vibe, Godzilla. Okay, so now that I got all of that stuff out of the way, I'm going to pull up my notes and I'm going to start the video. So the video won't actually start until like right now. Hello everyone, it's your friend, your boy, Jump Like One Only, here with another exciting live stream. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Batman Gotham Nights Issue 3. DC has recently been releasing a new digital comic every day, and in our daily comic review series, we'll be reviewing the latest DC Digital First brand new releases each day they come out. As I said earlier, tonight's comic book review video is about Batman Gotham Nights Issue 3. If you would like to purchase this book and help support the channel, then please use the Amazon affiliate link located in the description box below. First, I will give a summary of the book's plot. After that, I will tell you my favorite part and least favorite part of the book. I will then end the video by describing who I would recommend this book to. Now, let's begin the summary with visuals. Our story begins in the Amazon rainforest at 10:05 p.m. Batman is investigating a string of mysterious murders in which government officials and captains of industry are being slain by their own bodyguards. No one knows the motive. No one can explain the motive, not even the bodyguards themselves, and none of the bodyguards knew each other, so it doesn't seem like it's a coordinated attack. Batman immediately expects the eco-terrorist group known as the League of Assassins. They are used to doing things like this, especially since all of the victims have been logging tycoons and their pet politicians. Batman stakes out a corporate party tent that belongs to one of these logging tycoons. He believes that this is going to be the location of the next attack. So, Batman sends out a group of battering drones to investigate the scene. And that's when he spots Poison Ivy. So Poison Ivy has the ability to release special pheromones that allow her to manipulate the minds of men. So she's using these pheromones in order to control the bodyguards to make them kill the logging tycoons. So Batman's like, oh, it wasn't the League of Assassins. It was Poison Ivy all along. Okay, so I gotta get the goot. So Poison Ivy brainwashes that bodyguard and then has the bodyguard run up to the CEO of this logging company to try and shoot him. But before he can, whack! Batman comes down, punches the dude in the face, and takes his gun away. Easy game. So Poison Ivy sees Batman as like, oh, I gotta get out of here. So the first thing she does is she summons a group of mutant man-eating plants to go after Batman. So she sends them out. And then Batman is ready. Even though he thought the League of Assassins were going to be here, my boy happens to be packing all of his anti-plant supplies. So he pulls out some military-grade herbicide and he sprays them on the mutant plants. And to which then Poison Ivy does not appreciate that at all. It seems like it actually affects her as well, considering the fact that she is part plant, part person. So Poison Ivy dips the fuck out. She's not going to stay for this. But as soon as she leaves, Batman chases after her and roundhouse kicks her into the face. So it seems like Poison Ivy's down for a moment, but then she does a handstand backflip kick to Batman's face, knocking him to the ground as she then runs away into the forest. So when Poison Ivy gets into the forest, she grabs a tree and then she forms the tree around her body like a wooden living mech suit. It's actually pretty ballin'. And then she starts attacking Batman using the giant tree monster suit. I imagine Godzilla would be a fan of this scene because I know he really likes monsters. And honestly, I think this is like one of the coolest things that Poison Ivy does in this book. So she starts trying to fight back against Batman. So Batman pulls out his defoliation gun, which is supposed to be like the perfect weapon against plant-based enemies. So he pulls out the gun, but then Poison Ivy swats it away using her tree mech. So Batman is essentially out of options. He's like, I don't have anything else that's like especially good against tree people. Jack Slash popped in. He said, hello, everyone. Yo, Jack Slash. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do any discussion topics like talk about on the stream? Godzilla said, Nick, can we do a writing vlog today? If that wins the poll, then that's what we'll do. If you guys want to vote for what we do today, definitely feel free to hit up the poll in the community tab. Jack Slash, right now I'm reviewing Batman Gotham Nights Issue 3. Godzilla said tree monster. Woohoo! I'm glad that you vibe, Godzilla. Now let's continue on with the review. Don't worry, I'll read more of the live chat once the review ends up. Well, once the review ends. We'll say ends up. Anyways, so Batman's running through the forest trying to get away from Poison Ivy, who has her own personal tree mech, which is still pretty awesome. He ends up using his grapple gun to climb up a tree, but then Poison Ivy uses her tree mech to knock the tree over, causing Batman to fall into a tribal village. Batman falls into the village essentially defenseless against super monster Poison Ivy, who then sends a wave of vines into the village, and the vines almost kill the small child. But Batman grabs the child by the arm and yeets it out of the way. But after he yeets it out of the way, it leaves him vulnerable to get grabbed by Poison Ivy. So Poison Ivy grabs Batman, she starts choking him, squeezing his muscles and shit. She's trying to kill him. She's like, this is it. I'm never going to have to deal with Batman again. He's going to die. And then she gets shot in the arm with poison darts. Now, these poison darts use a special poison from like a frog that's only native to the Amazon rainforest. And Poison Ivy normally is immune to poison, but this poison surprisingly has an effect on her. It causes her wooden mech thing to kind of crumble away, allowing Batman to then free himself using a batarang. Poison Ivy is pissed. So what she does is she like summons a bunch of her power and causes vines to erupt out of the ground and grab onto all of the villagers. So it seems like it's game over. Batman has already tried using military-grade herbicides. Poison Ivy got around that. Batman tried to use his defoliation gun. She got around that. So what is Poison Ivy going to do in this case? Now that, well, not what is Poison Ivy going to do? What is Batman going to do to try and save all these villagers in this case? Now that he's essentially lost all his gear, he introduces this crazy new thing called a knockout pod. And at first, when I saw this, I was like, does he just throw a can at her head? I don't get it. But he explains that Poison Ivy's biochemistry makes it where she's immune to stuff like a trank dart or something. But because she's still part human and has like a human nervous system, he can use the knockout pod to like, the way he describes it, it's an electromagnetic pulse for humans. So in the same way that you can use an EMP to like shut down like a computer or a machine or something, you can use a knockout pod to shut down a person. It just knocks her unconscious. So he uses the knockout pod to essentially like put a shock to her system directly. I love this art. I love the colors on this. But he like fries her brain and she just kind of passes out. But Batman defeats Poison Ivy. He decides that Poison Ivy, even though she went about it the wrong way, was trying to do something good. So what he does is he decides, I'm going to buy a nature preserve and I'm going to buy it in the rainforest. That way the loggers can't continue destroying the rainforest, or at least they can't destroy all of it because, you know, I'm preserving at least certain parts of it. And he then summons the Batwing to take Poison Ivy to Arkham Asylum. And that's pretty much what happens in this book. Also, definitely let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this format. This is like my first time trying to do this format. Should I introduce music? Should I stick more to the notes? I actually stopped reading the notes at a certain point. I was like, I've already read the book, and with the book just up in front of me, I don't really have to read the notes. I can just say, oh, this is happening. I just see it. I can just say it out loud. So do you guys think I should stick to a script? Do you guys like the more impromptu delivery? Should we add music? Should we not have music? Let me know all that in the live chat. While you guys are discussing that, I am going to go over my favorite parts of the book, my least favorite parts of the book, and I'm going to recommend the book to you guys. Godzilla said in the live chat, Poisonous Ivy needs to eat broccoli. I mean, her body is essentially just broccoli. She's mostly plant. Godzilla said, this is the winning format. So why do you think that this format's the winning format? I actually would love to know your thoughts on that. While you were sharing those thoughts, I'm going to be going over my favorite part of the book. So my favorite part of the book was the epic battle between Batman and Poison Ivy. The action in this book was so good, it felt like reading an issue of Flash Fastest Man Alive, with all the strategic battles and like fast-paced action. I love how Batman and Poison Ivy are constantly adapting to each other, how the fight moves through so many locations that actually have an impact on the battle. And I really enjoyed Batman's use of new gadgets that I had never seen before. I'm so used to Batman just being like, Batarang, solve all my problems. So when he uses like the Batarang drones, I'm like, that actually is really interesting. Because I've seen Batman use like remote control Batarangs that have cameras on them, but something about them actually being little drones with like lights and stuff and the wings fold and shit, it just was nice. I really enjoyed it. And I also really liked his knockout pods. His knockout pods sound like the best Batman gadget. It just seems like if he was fighting anyone, like anyone for the most part, he could take them down with a knockout pod. I think it wouldn't work on people like Clayface because he's all like gelatinous and melty. I don't think it would work on Mr. Freeze because he normally has like a dome over his head, but then you just break the dome and then you hit him with a knockout pod. And it's like, my brain. But like, even like one of his biggest enemies, like the Joker, knockout pod. Ra's al Ghul could probably dodge it. You gotta catch him off guard. But it seems like Batman's go-to move now could be, I catch you off guard, knockout pod. Ooh, oh, got you. Also, Batman has stuff like the reverse Batarang or whatever. And the whole point of the reverse Batarang is that you like throw it at somebody and it misses and then it flies back and it hits them from behind. He needs that for the knockout pod so that he can throw a knockout pod at someone and they go, your aim is terrible, Batman. And then just right in the back of the head. I think he could beat most of his people with it. But it is one of my favorite gadgets now of Batman. It seems really cool. Beth said, "You're a squeesh." Yo, Beth, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Beth said, "Beware the army of Jerry's." Hey, good to see you, Beth. You know, I could try and do dramatic readings in this format. It saves me a lot of time editing, and I could kind of just read it live on the fly. I don't know. Godzilla's right. This probably is the best format, but we'll see. We'll see. I've spent so much time gushing over this comic. It seems like it might be one of the best comics of the week. But now it's time for me to share my least favorite part of the book. So my least favorite part of the book was that Poison Ivy peaked after the tree mech. Once she whipped out the tree mech, she didn't have any new abilities to showcase. Like, she just kept doing vines. It's like vines was all she could come up with. She started the fight with, like, mutant man-eating plants. And I'm like, well, that's a Poison Ivy staple. She always does that. Then she does this, like, handstand backflip kick. And I was like, they just invented a new move. I don't think I've ever seen that. I was like, that hit different, literally. So when she runs into the forest and she forms like a giant tree mech, I'm like, oh snap, this is pretty good. I'm like, this is really different. I don't think I've ever seen her do this. What is she gonna do next? And then what she does after that? Vines and vines and more vines. And what if we made vines come out of the ground? Vine, and I'm like, I don't know. They couldn't think of anything else. They couldn't give her anything with vines. Just seemed weird. Batman was constantly pulling out new shit. Poison Ivy's like, let me check in the back. I got vines. Beth said, on a scale of 1 to squeesh, how would you recommend this comic for me? To be, well, hold on. We'll get to recommendations, Beth. That's a whole section of the video. We'll get around to that. Sam White said, what's poppin'? Who with this brand new whip just hopped in? Yo, Sam White, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How'd your day today? Any questions for your boy and any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Kaylee said, brand new whip. Hey, you were thinking the same thing. Yo, Kaylee, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do any questions for your boy and any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? You guys are actually coming in at like the tail end of the review. I'm going over like my least favorite parts and giving my recommendations. By the way, we got a new format where you guys can see the book. I guess it's over here. You guys can see the book and you guys can see the live chat. I still need to figure out how to actually start these streams with all the information preset because the beginning of this video is really weird. It's like me trying to set up everything. But Godzilla says he really likes this format. I think if I use this format for dramatic readings, I might be able to do these more regularly. Sam White said, oof. Oh, what's wrong, Sam White? What's wrong? What's got you going? Oof. I hope you're doing all right. It's good to see you, my guy. Let's see. But yeah, let me get in on that least favorite part of the book. So I already mentioned that Poison Ivy kind of peaked after she summoned the tree mech. I feel like that was really my only complaint. It just felt like once Poison Ivy lost the tree mech, she essentially lost the fight because Batman kept evolving and Poison Ivy kind of got stunned. Kaylee said, been studying for my last final. Best of luck on your final, Kaylee. She said, you streaming again later? Yeah, I'm down to stream again later. So I am planning on doing whatever wins the poll tonight. So I have a poll with a bunch of options on the community tab. So whatever gets the most votes before I start making something is what I'll do. And depending on what gets the votes will determine what I do. When that video will come out depends on what you guys vote for. If you guys vote for something that's live, probably come out pretty soon. If you guys vote for something like the stop motion Dragon Ball Super thing, probably won't come out until like tonight, like later. And this is because I gotta animate it and shit. So it all depends. If you guys ask for like the comedy dub, like the public domain anime dub, later, not right now. Sam White said, tail end of the stream is a bit of a oof, Jet. It's a big oof. Oh, I understand where you're coming from, my guy. Yeah, it's because I think YouTube sometimes gives you guys the notifications kind of late. So I apologize, but it just ended up being a thing. You guys ended up missing it. Beth said, best of luck on your final K leg. Sam White said, yo, Jet, would you ever consider playing Smite? If I did, it would be on PS4. I wouldn't do it on computer. So you wouldn't have this format, but I mean, I'm not against it, I suppose. I haven't been super into stuff like that. I actually want to do more dream stuff, and I know Kratos has been begging me to do dream stuff. I've been doing more dream stuff for work, and I'm on the verge of creating a system that'll allow me to make like text-based games and dreams, and I'm kind of hyped for that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Might be doing more dream stuff. Let's see. Kaylee said, thank you. No problem. Sam White said, to be honest, bro, I just got done cleaning my basement. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that sounds productive. I'd say congratulations on the achievement of getting that basement sparkling clean. Oh, as Beth mentioned earlier, recommendations. Who would I recommend this book to? So I would recommend this book to people who are fans of Batman, people who are fans of Poison Ivy, people who are fans of environmental messages in their books, which DC has been really big on recently, and people who are fans of strategic superpower battles. I'll be honest, if you're a fan of Flash, Fastest Man Alive, this book to me read more like a Flash book than a Batman book. I really enjoyed it. Earlier today, I was thinking about how Batman Batman can be any character you want him to be as a writer because you can just give him whatever gadgets you want, and as long as the gadgets look bat themed, it's appropriate. So if you were like a writer and you were like, I really want to write like a Killer Frost story, and then the editor goes, well, actually, you're going to be writing a Batman story. You're not writing a Killer Frost story. Then all you have to do is be like, well, I wanted to write Killer Frost because I wanted her to do cool ice stuff. I guess Batman's going to have a lot of bat-shaped ice gadgets. And then that's all you're going to do. And then Batman, it just works. So I liked that Batman had so many crazy different gadgets because it just made me imagine a character who had all those gadgets as like powers instead of them being gadgets. Because that's all it really is. It's just like flavor for you to write whatever bullshit story you want. But Batman is going to like help you sell books. So I just thought that was cool. But yeah, anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. Let me read more in this live chat. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Kaylee said, my business law grade got curved up to an A, so I'm happy now. Hey, congratulations, Kaylee. That's great to hear. Godzilla said, is there Sobek in Smite? I don't know. I don't play Smite. Beth said, congrats, girl. Kaylee said, thank you, Bethical. Sam White said, yep, the boy is there, Godzilla. Oh, Sobek is in Smite. Godzilla said, holy shoot, oh man. Your boy Godzilla, he's all about that Sobek right now. Beth said, yep, sounds like something I would enjoy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this book could be the best comic of the week. Flash is normally the best comic of the week. I feel like this book is going to be the S rank book, if not the S plus rank book in our weekly comic book tier list. We'll see. But I feel like it's going to be pretty up there. Not going to lie. Godzilla said, I gotta get this game. Smite's free. So, I mean, you could, if you wanted to, I imagine, get the game with ease, with the grace of ease. Beth said, is this on Read Comic Online? I'm not sure if this is on Read Comic Online. I'm buying these books. As you guys can see in the URL, I'm reading this straight off of, like, readdc.com, which is, like, their webcomic site or whatever. So I'm buying these books as they come out. Let's see. Kaylee said, also, I'm down for more Dreams challenges whenever you and Kratos are too. Kratos really, really wants me to do like a Dreams thing soon. I didn't put Dreams on the poll for today. It's not because I didn't want to do a Dreams thing, but it's more because there are a bunch of video ideas that I've had recently. Dreams wasn't one, like, in my mind when I was making that poll. And I just wanted to see you guys' opinion on all of those different ideas. I just wanted to see like which of those you guys were really hyped for. Let's see. Godzilla said, again, Sobek is the Egyptian god of crocodiles. If you were talking to me, then I would say he's the god of the Nile. But he's not. Understandable. I get where you're coming from. Beth said, good thing I came at the tail end so it wasn't spoiled for me. I feel like you'll probably enjoy the story either way. Beth said, it makes me uncomfortable when Jet won't buy me the Batman book. I sure won't. I'm sorry for your discomfort. Let's see. But I'm probably going to wrap this up here. I may or may not edit out the beginning of this video where I was like setting everything up. I may just like jump into it, which will make all the parts where I talk about how, oh, it took me forever to set this up, not make any sense. But we'll see. I may or may not edit it out. But thank you all for watching, you guys. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding, 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 ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. The show's your friend, your boy, Jet Black One and Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Chickadee guy.